Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fragrance Fireside Chat. I'm your host, Cody. It is... ooh, that just popped up. Yes, it is Sunday. It is Easter Sunday for those of you who celebrate it, so happy Easter for those of you who celebrate Easter Sunday. It's a beautiful day out here in New York, and for those of you who don't celebrate, I hope you have a great day in either case. It'll be... yeah, it's looking like an absolutely fantastic day. So there's a lot of stuff to cover in this Fragrance Fireside Chat, and I want to get through it without being too windy or too windbaggy or anything like that. First order of business, scent of the day. My scent of the day yesterday was Cologne pour le Matin. I doused myself in this and got the performance that I wanted out of this, but I thought it did absolutely fantastic. Didn't get any compliments with it, but hey, I liked it. Cologne pour le Matin. Now, the scent of the day today is going to be Bond No. 9's Andy Warhol. Yes, the iconic Andy Warhol figure on the front. Plum, resin, fantastic. It's going to do great today. Bond No. 9's Andy Warhol. So, the first order of business is, I guess I want to cover across my, or second order of business, sorry, I just said first. I wanted to cover across kind of what's going on in my personal life. For those of you who don't know, I'm part of a Dragon Boat team. We're training to go to Italy and basically compete in Italy around Labor Day weekend. And there's a question that I basically wanted to ask anybody who's, I guess you could say, vaguely familiar with physical therapy, the body, in any case. Our training basically consists of a couple portions, mainly rowing, but we actually just introduced running into our training. And before our practice, we basically ran about 2.5 miles. I basically ran 2.5 miles. Now, I haven't run in a long time, and this was the first time that I'd actually run in, I want to say, wow, it's been years that it's been like, I guess you could say like 5 years that I've actually run that. It's not to say that I'm not physical or anything like that. I still, I used to play basketball all the time, every Sunday. Many of you already know that. I used to play for like 3-4 hours. So quick spurts and bursts I would actually do, but I wouldn't actually sustainably run, miles at a time. And that 2.5 miles was the first time I did it in a long time. What happened after I ran that 2.5 miles was my lower back was absolutely killing me. Now, I don't know what is the case. On a flip side, I weightlift, twice a week. I swim, like I said, play basketball, and for some reason that never bothered my lower back. But this, and I'd actually even run on the treadmill for it, and I couldn't figure out why, I wasn't hurting there. But yesterday, after I ran that 2.5 miles, my lower back was just killing me, and it's still killing me to this day. Right after I ran, I could barely stand, and I was just, I had to kind of gather myself before I go and continued on with the practice. Went onto the boat. It doesn't matter because you're kind of sitting down on the boat. That's not when I experience the pain. But whenever I would stand up, and still when I stand up, my lower back is just killing me. So I'm wondering if it's because my lower back for some reason is just weak. I'm not wondering if it's just weak or am I running wrong? That possibly is the conclusion that I'm thinking of in my head. But if any of you have any idea, feel free, let it out. I'd be curious to hear what you think it might be. I think if it's still bothering me by tomorrow, I think I'm probably just going to wind up going to the physician and see what's going on. So, but they're probably going to give me an MRI. But, well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So, fragrance-related news. There's a fragrance house called The 7 Virtues. Make perfume, not war. And it was a fragrance house that was suggested to me by my girlfriend, Becky. And one thing and the reason why she wanted me to go through and review it, it's actually a pretty interesting house that in particular, they've been in a couple magazines. They've been mentioned, Wall Street Journal. I'm kind of here looking on their site. And their whole shtick is that they create fragrances, and the fragrances that they create, they're all fair trade, meaning all of the ingredients that they procure for the fragrances and that goes into making it are all, they've all paid whoever's provided those ingredients the fair amount. So they haven't, gotten them discounted cheap or anything like that, but they've made sure that they've, paid the fair price for them, basically. So it should be interesting. And the other conclusion from that is she's going to actually be a guest reviewer on my channel for at least that series. It could turn into something a little bit more sustainable, so you could start seeing 2 reviewers on this channel going forward. Side note, she does still make fun of my fragrance hobby, still my fragrance love, whatever. still, it's all good. It's all fun. Next order of business. Branching off of that, funny thing happened last week. Last week I was out with Becky in Prospect Park, and for those of you who don't know, New York City, Prospect Park is the second biggest park. Central Park's the big one, Prospect Park's the next one, and Prospect Park is in Brooklyn. Anyways, I was going to meet her girlfriends out for, a picnic, and then we were going to go to like a beer garden, have a drink, have dinner, and just basically enjoy the Saturday night. It was last Saturday night. So after the picnic, we're walking. It's around 6 or 7 in the evening. It's still light outside, still a gorgeous day, and we're both walking down to head to the beer garden. And as we're walking, we're passing on the street, and I hear this yelling. This yelling basically that's coming from a car. And this guy is hanging out the window. He's yelling out the window. He's yelling something. I'm not exactly sure what he's yelling, but it looked like he was yelling in my direction, in our direction as we're walking. Now, little disclaimer and side note, just so you can kind of get my mental mind in play here. Becky and I, we've been dating, since I would say, we've been dating for a while now. And one thing that I've noticed, especially so Becky is white, I am black. One thing that I've noticed, especially, is that some people tend to have a problem with us. Now, I would say, and it's mostly, I would say, African-American females that have a problem with us. But it was an African-American guy that was yelling out. So in my state of mind, I figured that he was just yelling something about us being together. Because, we were walking down the street, holding hands, doing our thing, going down. Or were we holding hands? I don't know. But it was obvious that we were together. So I'm thinking in my mind, all right, so this guy's got a problem. He's yelling outside the car. The car stopped because there's traffic. And so I just figured, you know what? I'll just go up to him, see what he wants, right? So I start heading over to him, fully expecting that I might be walking into a confrontation. And as I get closer, I realize that he's yelling, Drakdoc. He's yelling, Drakdoc, I'm a subscriber. And then I realize, oh, he's yelling because he recognized me on the street, right? And my girlfriend's in the back, and she's just laughing, basically. And then, so I go up to him, introduce myself. We introduce ourselves, and, because traffic was going, kind of let him go, and he just passed by. So the whole rest of the evening, basically, I just ran with it. I basically was going up to her and her friends, listen, you can't, I don't know where you're standing, just stand over there. You're with a celebrity. It's just doing crazy shit like that. But it was fun. It was a fun evening, and it was a pretty, I guess you could say, a fun encounter. Right? And it is what it is. So next order of business, my reviews that I have planned. So I mentioned earlier that I'm going to review the 7 Virtues fragrance line with Becky and have a guest reviewer on that one. I've got some other reviews that are planned. One, I want to do a review specifically on my wine cooler, or the cooler that I'm using to store fragrances over there. I get a lot of questions on it, and I figured it'll probably be a pretty informative video, so I can walk through step by step of exactly what I did for it. Next one, top complimented video is coming out again for 2014. Obviously, the compliments for the fragrances that I've worn has changed, so you get another video, this year's version of it. Or was it top complimented? I think it was either top complimented or top favorite ones. One of the two. I think it might be favorite fragrances actually for this year. Yeah, mistake on my part. Next, samples. I've been compiling a lot of reviews. I've actually got a lot of reviews squirreled away, and I piecemeal kind of release them out into the world in intervals of like every 2 or 3 days, depending on kind of what's going on. So got a lot of reviews, planned, niche, designer, you name it. Some well-known, some not so well-known. I like to kind of mix it up, as you've seen from the past videos on my channel. And there's a huge question that I keep getting asked, and that's, if you notice in a lot of my videos now, you'll see that I do a, how many people liked it out of 100. And I'll just take a quick survey from Times Square. There's some people who said that they want to see, if it's possible, if they can be, on video. It's a little bit difficult to do that on video for a number of reasons. Number one, the first major reason that I wasn't too keen on doing it is I feel that it's a little bit too close to Al's stick in that street sense, basically. If I was to do it, it would be really quick. The other reason I don't do it is because it's a pain in the ass to get people on camera. You have to go through this whole disclaimer thing with the way that I do it now. It's a simple questionnaire. So you smell it, yes or no? Okay, good, on your way. It's quick. For 100, I think for 100 people, it's taken me as little time as like 10 minutes to get all 100 people for a particular fragrance. Recording is another matter. For one person, it's like 10 minutes, if that. You know, we could be looking at like 20 minutes because they're like, okay, you know, they ask a bunch of questions. Well, where is this going to be? You know, YouTube, so I'm going to ask, hey, am I going to get any money for this? Or so others ask, are you sure? Or, you know, they want to see my channel actually, and I'll have to put it up on video. It's a really long, involved process, and that's assuming that they don't back out halfway or, you know, change their minds or anything like that through it. And so getting 100 people on camera is just not, it's not happening. I've been thinking about a completely different series, you know, one that I kind of take a camcorder around and, you know, kind of go around and do it, but that would be a completely different video. And that is a possibility where I just take a camcorder out, walk around Times Square, and you see me doing them. But I'm definitely not doing that for every single video. No, not a chance. Too much work. And I don't have the time for it. Finally, there's going to be another sale video that I'm going to release either this week or next week. So probably this week. So keep an eye out for it. There should be a bunch of fragrances there. Some niche, some designer, you know the drill. So it should be pretty interesting, okay? So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free, let me know. Let me know what your scents of the days are. Let me know what your thoughts are on anything that I've mentioned today. Have a great... Oof. Text. My delivery's coming. All right, but have a great day, guys. Take care. Oh, I didn't actually shut it off.